Hello everyone, GL1 here, and today I'm going to go over the proper way to play with your brand new Dino Tracker's Elasmosaurus. Yes, it's Elasmosaurus. He has 72 neck vertebrae, only bested by one other plesiosaur that has 76, and it can be up to 34 feet long, and well, definitely is a fish eater. But let's say some folks are on a boat, John Hammond and the Australian Dino Tracker Robert Muldoon and Owen and Claire, and they're all on their little pontoon boat. Well, and of course you have the new Elasmosaurus, and the Elasmosaurus has a couple of buttons, and one of them makes it open its mouth and move its head to the side, and the other one here has it lower its head and strike. All right, and it has 4 fins, as you can see, mobile fins, and it doesn't make any sound. It has no electronics, so you can put it in the water. But of course, they're controlling, John Hammond is controlling the Elasmosaurus with this contraption that it has on that, keeps track of the dinosaur and controls his actions. And, he can turn his head, and you can manually move it and make his mouth open. But let's just say this came off. And, oh no, it unsnaps. And now we have a wild Elasmosaurus. Now you can always pull this up here and put it in your, scan this with your phone and find out about the Elasmosaurus, some of the details. So it has that feature. But let's just say that a pleasant little boat ride turns into some kind of terror, because now the Elasmosaurus is free, and he can come over and he can attack the boat and the inhabitants because he's hungry. And Robert Muldoon happens to be right there, and you can grab your Robert Muldoon and throw him off the boat if you're lucky, and just pull him right off, which is not as easy as it might seem, but he could be pulled off, right, and then the Elasmosaurus can feed. Well, the Elasmosaurus has to worry about other dinosaurs in the water, certainly. I mean, this is actually not the ocean. This is fresh water, and there could be a Sarcosuchus around, which is a T-Rex size crocodilian, and this fella can also be in the water, and if Elasmosaurus gets too close, it could get snapped up by the Sarcosuchus. But we're going to pretend that he got away this time. So there, he got away from the Sarcosuchus, because he went to deeper water and the Sarcosuchus couldn't follow. Well, you have a couple of other dinosaurs that Elasmosaurus might have to worry about. You have your Kronosaur, but the problem with the Kronosaur is that it has electronics. So this Kronosaur cannot go in the water. So you'll just have to pretend. And then we have Liopleurodon, which also could be a danger to Elasmosaurus, but also the electronics, you don't want to ruin those, so he'll have to stay out of the water. Well, it just so happens that another brand came out with a mosasaur, but you could pretend that this is a Kronosaurus or Liopleurodon, and maybe that will go after your Elasmosaurus. So that can certainly play in the water, and maybe it can also go after the people on the boat. So much, but it might have a hard time getting up on the boat, unlike Elasmosaurus with that long neck. Now, Elasmosaurus is a plesiosaur, and there are also just the smaller plesiosaur, right? But not all Elasmosaurs are plesiosaurs, but not all plesiosaurs are Elasmosaurus. So you can see this is a much smaller plesiosaur, and which one might be the Loch Ness Monster? if there's such a thing, I would think it's our Elasmosaurus, something, maybe 30 feet long, 34 feet long. All right, so this also can be played with in the water, and he has a button and can make his fins, move back and forth, and you can open the mouth manually and tilt the head, and he also could be a danger for our Jurassic World friends coming up onto the boat with that long neck. But then, there's also flying pterosaurs that look aquatic. I mean, take a look at this mouth. Doesn't that look like the kind of mouth that would just scoop up fish, right, and come in? Come a little too close, but, and then what do you get? Well, you might get an elasmosaur getting a nice meal from that pterodon, which is known. The name is Sungaripterus. Sungaripterus becomes a meal for Elasmosaur. Well, there also are other versions of Elasmosaurs that other toy companies have made. And this one doesn't have electronics in it, and it's actually, as you can see, quite a bit more terrifying looking with those snaggled teeth. And it has a much thicker body, but you can see that generally the same body design. All right, and there goes our boat. And so these two can play together, right? And maybe they can battle over fish and things like that. But they both might have to watch out for a shark, because there were sharks back then, right? So here's a shark, and there were, very large sharks back then, and hopefully our Elasmosaur will be all right against the sharks. But then again, you never know. However, maybe the Elasmosaur will luck out, and a very large mosasaur will come along, which does not have electronics, which can be submerged into the water and can then take the shark for breakfast. All right, but if he's probably not done eating, so he might actually go after our Jurassic World friends on there as well, but perhaps they'll get away. But then again, maybe our Elasmosaurus, well, he might come in contact with this big mosasaur, which is a very strong swimmer. You can tell from the size of its fins and its tail, and well, Elasmosaurus becomes another meal for mosasaur, diving down and taking him into the water, and then that's the end of him. But of course, there's always the possibility of aliens depositing their alien fish. We have the Opie killer fish from the Phantom Menace in Star Wars, and this guy could come and also enter the fray, right? And you can see it's got a lot of teeth, right, like those deep sea aquatic fish. And do you think that it would have a chance against our mosasaur? I don't think so. I think the mosasaur is going to now have a mid-morning snack. So in the end, if you don't want to be near a mosasaur, I think that's how it ends, really, for everybody. But the Elasmosaur, the new Elasmosaur, is quite a nifty toy. With his two buttons, his moving mouth. I think you can have a lot of fun with that, and you could play with that in the water. So there you have it, your proper way to play with all your aquatic dinosaurs, or reptiles actually, and some dinosaurs. All right, so thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon. Take care.